What's up, fellas? I want to run through my favorite UFC personalities. Generally, these are who these people actually are rather than like a Colby Covington type character. And I want to start that list off with one of my favorites, Alexander Volkanovski. I think his skits have gotten funnier and funnier, even with him not being champion. The whole old man skit before Anaheim was super funny. He did get chinned, but otherwise, super funny. I think the cooking show is really fun to watch. He's generally really humble. I just really like watching him. And that's kind of what this list is going to contain of. And with the pretense of the list, we want to switch over to number 4, which is Merab Dvalishvili. Also, great skits on Instagram, stuff like that. It's a little bit forced sometimes, but I think the whole absolute idiot persona, I don't think it's a persona. I think he's just an idiot diving into frozen lakes head first, smacking his head open, constantly getting cuts. And it's really funny to watch. He's just a little angry midget, and it works out well because his cardio is so good, and I love it. He's my favorite little leprechaun, and I love Merab Dvalishvili. His personality's always grown on me, and his fighting game is now growing on me too, which you can't deny. He's not. Guys, don't leave. I want to give a shout out to he's just such a little attention whore. I love him so much. It's the way he did Sean O'Malley and everyone else when he fights them is just so comical. Even Umar, he clowned Umar so bad in that fight. One of my favorite personalities to watch in the UFC. And number 3, the champion has a name, and it's Charles Oliveira. He's not that funny of a person. Because I don't speak Portuguese. A lot of the main fandom of the UFC does not speak Portuguese. It doesn't matter. He was the OG Renato Moicano. The only reason Renato Moicano gets more fans or more publicity for what he says is because he speaks English. Show me the money. That came from Charles Oliveira. Are we pretending like Renato Moicano didn't steal that? Because Moicano wasn't talking about it until Charles Oliveira started talking about it. But let's pretend like Moicano made that, right? He got destroyed by Islam. Renato Moicano's in the rearview mirror, and Charles Oliveira is still in the spotlight like he always will be. The champion has a name, and it's Charles Du Bronx. He's humble. He's a family man. He's just smiling with those goddamn veneers all the time. The horse teeth are hilarious. I love it. And that's why I have him at number 3 spot for Charles Oliveira. Absolutely. Kind of a surprise pick here at number 2. I've got Joaquin Buckley. New Mansa is... You can't deny he's not hilarious. His skits, I'll say that the yoga pants skit on Instagram got me so bad. I was caught lacking, bro. Joaquin Buckley's kicked the hell up. I can't believe it. His whole skit with Colby Covington and Ian Gary, like calling him a cock, and with Colby Covington, all that stuff. It's just... Joaquin Buckley is funny on the after mic interviews. He has good ideas, like asking the crowd, hey, who do you guys want me to fight next? And hearing the cheers. He's honestly really smart and uses his like personality well. He's one of the most energetic UFC fighters I can think of on the microphone. And his fighting style is entertaining. I don't see a negative in watching a Joaquin Buckley interview or anything like that. Yeah, that's why I have Joaquin Buckley as the number 2 spot. Number 1, we've got Dricus Du Plessis. This is a controversial pick. I never said that. I never said I was the only real African UFC champion. Dricus embodies the definition of a gaslighter. Every UFC fight press conference, he's making the opponent cry. He's making them crash the fuck out. Dricus does not care about how you feel. He just says whatever's on his brain. And usually what's on his brain is pretty fucked up. I mean, he is looking for clicks, and he does it really well. Like, I wouldn't call him a guy that farms for clips. There's a lot of clip farmers in the UFC. He's not one of them. He just makes them. He just talks, and he talks shit. When he talks shit, it comes correct, and usually it gets under the UFC fighters' skins. He's really good at getting under people's skins, and that's why I really like him. Because who makes Sean Strickland cry, right? Who makes Israel Adesanya crash out and cry on stage? I mean, it's Dricus Du Plessis. The definition of a gaslighter. I love him so much. And his goofy ass style translates so well to the UFC that makes it even better because he acts like he's such a technically sound, perfect martial artist. And he's just not. He's just goofy as hell, knocking out these guys or subbing them in the 2nd or 3rd round. I love it so much. Dricus Du Plessis is at my number... Dricus Du Plessis is at my number 1 spot after 47 stutters because the gaslighting just makes him so much better than everyone else when it comes to entertainment value. If there's a press conference and I'm going to watch it, it's going to be a Dricus Du Plessis press conference. Absolutely every time. My dream, get all 5 of these guys in the same card. I might freak the fuck out. And that's why these guys are my top 5 best UFC personalities. If you guys think I left anyone out, let me know. This is only for current UFC fighters. Otherwise, I would involve people like Conor McGregor or, you know, people in their prime like Chael Sonnen or even like a Michael Chandler. Shout out Michael Chandler. I'll see you at the top. He's just not relevant enough or fights often enough for me to put him at, you know, any sort of placing on this list. But yeah, y'all have a great day.